Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be an EDC Pocket Dump. Basically, I just got home and I dropped everything that I had on me on the table here, and we'll go ahead and go through it. Now, I know this might look like a lot of items to carry, but if you guys have caught some of my previous EDC videos where I'm in front of the camera showing you guys how I carry the different things and why I carry it, you guys know that I can easily distribute all these items throughout the different pockets, and it doesn't weigh me down, and all the items are readily accessible. So let's get started. I always carry a watch. This one just happens to be a black G-Shock. And then I also have a paracord bracelet. This one happens to have the Oakley icon on it. Right at the top here, we have my wallet. This is the Vanquest Cache 2.0 RFID blocking wallet. And I have been using this wallet quite a bit lately, and I really like it, even though it is a little bit bigger form factor. With all the items that I carry, cards, cash, and everything, it still keeps a really thin profile, which I do enjoy. Makes it really easy to carry. The material definitely holds up to a lot of wear and tear, and it keeps everything in there nice and safe. This is my little EDC First Date Feel Good Kit. I get a lot of questions about this. Basically what this is, it was a lanyard and it came with this little ID window here. I took the lanyard off, and the ID window is kind of a thicker gauge plastic, so it definitely holds up to a lot of usage. And inside I just have a couple of headache and stomach medications, some Band-Aids, and some alcohol prep pads. And this is used for little bumps and scrapes and cuts and things like that. Especially if you have kids, this definitely does come in handy, and it still keeps a really thin form factor, so you can slide it in a pocket and basically forget about it. So that's that. Let's see, boring stuff out of the way. I carry this little Scripto lighter. I basically use it for different paracord projects, lighting candles and things like that. And I get quite a few questions as to why I don't carry something more expensive like a Zippo or something like that. And it's basically because I can get a whole pack of these for really cheap. Once this is done, I can throw it out and use another one. And it is really lightweight, and it just basically doesn't take up any room and does exactly what I need it to do. So that's why I kind of favor these cheaper style lighters. These are the glasses that I was wearing today. This is the Oakley Valve, the 2014 edition. This particular one has a carbon fiber frame with the chrome iridium lenses, and I really do like the way that these feel and look. They definitely block a lot of glare and a lot of sun, but they feel really, really comfortable, so that's the one I was wearing today. And along with that, I always tend to carry either a microfiber bag or a microfiber cloth. In this case, I was carrying the bag. And the bags actually have dual purpose. I can use them to clean the lenses of the glasses, but also if I don't want to carry the glasses on me and throw them in a bag, I can throw them in here and they won't get scratched up. So that's that. Let's see the pen right here. This is my EDC pen. This is a pretty cool pen because on one end, it has a little LED bulb. So you have a little LED light there, just push in on it to turn it on and off. On the other end, you have a little stylus tip, and then obviously you have your pen, which you pull out. You can use it this way, or you can just turn it around and use it like that. Now, I don't use the little LED that much, or the stylus tip either, but it's always nice to have it. But I do use the actual pen quite a bit, so that's that. Let's see, my phone. This is the iPhone 6 Plus, and I don't feature my phone a lot in my EDC videos because I'm either charging it or I'm using it to record the video. But in this case, I'm able to show you guys. I just have this kind of cheap fake carbon fiber case on it, and that's just to kind of give me a little bit more grip and for the back of the phone not to get scratched up. And it's very thin. It slides in the pocket really easily. I'm kind of waiting for the 7 to come out. I might upgrade to that depending on the different specs and stuff like that. So, let's see, my keys. So before I get into the keys, I do want to answer one question that I get a lot, and that is as far as redundancy. Why do you carry so much stuff that is similar? In the case of like knives or flashlights and things like that. And that's basically because I adhere to the philosophy that 2 is 1, 1 is none. And that comes into play a lot, especially when you talk about items that are either electronic or run on batteries. Basically, electronics, they are not 100% reliable. They might fail. So it's always good to carry more than one. Again, if you have one item and it fails, if you don't have another one, then you don't have anything to rely on. So with that being said, first item right here, this is a LED Lenser K2 little twist head flashlight. It's nice and bright, and this is my little backup flashlight to my main EDC light. I have that on there. Now this is a small little telescopic pen. Again, you just pull it and it becomes a full-size pen. Once you're done, just kind of stick it back in there and it clicks back into place and you're good to go. And again, this is one of those items where it's like, well, you have the EDC pen, why do you carry this? Well, my EDC pen is clipped onto my pocket, so if something were to happen to that one, if I didn't have this one, I'm left without a pen. Other item I have here, and I always carry one of these with me, is a Swiss Army knife classic, and I use pretty much the scissors and the tweezers on this quite a bit and basically on a daily basis, so I always like having that always with me. And then last but not least, I have my little in-charge charger here, and this comes in handy, especially if you carry like a power bank or a battery backup or something like that, because you don't want to carry like the longer cables with you. Then you can carry one of these, and then you can charge your device without having to worry about that. It is magnetic, so all you have to do is pull it apart, use it, and then once you're done, it just kind of clips back together, and you're good to go. Now, as you guys saw, basically with all the items that I have here, if I wasn't able to carry any of the other items there, I still have a little knife, a flashlight, and a pen with me at all times. So if I'm going somewhere where I can't carry a bigger knife or a bigger flashlight or something like that, I can still carry my keys and I have all these items with me and I'm good to go. But still, they do serve as backup to the other items in the case that one of those should fail. So that's kind of where the redundancy comes into play. Last item is this little Night Eyes S-Beaner. This is the locking one, and I use this to attach my keys either to like a belt loop or to a pack or something like that, and I can go ahead and lock it and they're not going to go anywhere. So that's that. Let's see, down to the bigger items. The first one here is my EDC flashlight, and this is the ThruNite TC12. I should actually be posting a review on this light right after this video, so if you guys are interested, stay tuned for that. This is a really awesome EDC flashlight. It's putting out 1,000 lumens. It is rechargeable via USB cable, and it's actually a lot smaller than the majority of its competitors in the same form factor. So if you guys are interested in seeing a review on this, stay tuned after this video for that. As far as the knives go, again, this is where the redundancy question comes into play. You guys see 3 knives here. Basically, this one right here is my backup knife to my main EDC blade. This is the knife that I will always carry as a backup, or something like this. This is the Swiss Army knife Cadet in the black ALOX edition, and I just have this little lanyard on it. This has a little pen blade, and basically this is the knife that I will bring out if I don't want to attract too much attention. If I'm in like an office setting or something like that at a bank, I can bring this out and open up an envelope or whatnot. And a lot of people aren't going to give me weird looks for bringing out a bigger knife like these. And again, this is in case something were to happen to my main blade, I have a little backup knife for that. Now this has like a can opener and a screwdriver and things like that. So this is the knife that I would go to if I had to use one of those bigger tools, as opposed to going to the classic on my keychain because it's so much smaller. So the different knives do have different purposes, so that's why I carry different ones. As far as the blades go, I have been carrying the CRKT Outrage for quite some time, and I really dig this knife. I love carrying it specifically on a day-to-day basis. Even if I'm testing other knives, I'll still try and carry this knife because I love the way that it handles, the way that it looks. This knife is actually the one that they chose for the Blade Show 2016 knife. And I was a little bit upset about that because I was planning on picking up the Blade Show knife, but when I found out that it was this one and I already have it, oh well. But if you guys are interested, I definitely do recommend that you pick it up, especially if you can get the Blade Show edition one, which I will be attending this year. So if you guys are going, definitely let me know. Maybe we can meet up and talk and stuff like that. So that is my EDC knife. And normally I would carry another knife if I'm testing it or something like that. I'm not actually testing this knife, but I haven't carried it in quite some time, so I found it and I wanted to go ahead and give it some love, some pocket time. This is obviously a ZT, and this is the 0350 edition, and this has the aluminum handles on it. This is the brown aluminum handles, and I think there was a limited run on this. This one is actually number 40, so it's pretty low serial number on it, but I love the way this knife feels, and as you guys saw, it fires really quickly, locks up with authority, and it feels really, really nice in the hand. So again, I wanted to give it a little bit of love, so I was carrying that one. Last but not least, it was my firearm, and as always, I was carrying the Glock 42, and I was carrying it in this really awesome Mandalorian skull themed outside the waistband holster, and that's because yesterday was May the 4th, and again, May the 4th be with you. So I was carrying that and kind of like to honor that day, and I figured I'd continue to carry it. I don't normally carry outside the waist, so it was really pretty cool to be able to do that. Again, this is the Glock 42. It is empty, and these are, one mag goes in there and the other one is the spare mag. So I was carrying this outside the waist, so that was a pretty cool treat. I'm not going to mention who makes this holster, again, for kind of copyright issues, but it's a really awesome holster. It holds the gun very, very nicely in there, especially if you want to carry outside the waist, and it clicks in there really good, and it retains it really nice also. So that was the holster and firearm that I was carrying today. So basically that is my EDC for today. Today is actually May 5th. So I wanted to show you guys basically everything dumped on top of the table here that I was carrying. And again, as you guys can see, it is quite a few items, but if you guys are able to distribute that throughout different pockets, especially if you wear cargo shorts or cargo pants, you're able to go ahead and distribute all these items. I do carry quite a few different things, specifically because I might be testing different items like knives and flashlights and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind when you see these type of videos from either other YouTubers or other EDC videos. They might be testing items, so that's why we carry quite a few different items and redundancies and things like that. So there it is. That is my EDC Pocket Dump. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.